Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. Today I wanted to do a build, and we're building in the Corsair 5000T RGB. You can see it right behind me. But with these type of builds, these builds are designed to inspire you guys to build beautiful PCs of your own. However, I was actually quite interested in the thermals with this, so I did a bit of thermal testing as well, and I'm going to let you guys know what I think about the 5000T, but this is not in our regular review format because I just felt like building something. So let's get building. Alrighty, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed the build in the new Corsair 5000T RGB. But first off the bat, let's take a look at the thermals. What you're seeing on your screen right now is the thermals aren't too bad. However, I did find once again that if you're using a top filter on a case, and especially this one, it will impede the airflow and make the CPU temps quite a bit higher if you are mounting that radiator on the top. So just take that into account. But other than that, I think the thermals are more than acceptable. The reason why we use AIDA64 for these tests is it's a more realistic temperature test rather than just testing the CPU or the GPU individually. This tests both, which is a very likely scenario. So yeah, just a bit of a background as to why I use AIDA64 for benchmarking. It also saves me a lot of time because we can do things a lot quicker, although it does take a few hours to do all this testing, but yeah, you know. Just some info for you. Speaking of info, let's quickly chat about the parts. The CPU is the Intel Core i9-12900K. We put the 12900K on the Asus ROG Strix Z690E gaming Wi-Fi. To cool the 12900K, we use the Corsair H150i Elite LCD cooler, and it does come with that LGA 1700 bracket as well if you're looking at using this cooler for one of these new Intel boards. The RAM is 64 gigs of Corsair Dominator Platinum RGB DDR5 memory at 5600 megatransfers. The GPU is the Asus ROG Strix RTX 3080 12 gig OC. All the fans that you're seeing in the case are Corsair LL fans. You'll notice that this case has 3 LL fans pre-installed up the front, and I added 4 extras, so 3 onto the cooler and 1 for exhaust out the back. All the lighting and basically everything in this system is configured through Corsair iCue. I created a custom scene for this gold color, and then I just set that to everything because if you use Asus hardware, and some other motherboards work too, but mainly with Asus in Corsair iCue, I can literally just go scene and we'll do absolutely every bit of hardware without having to tinker a bit. And the animation, I'll put a link to the animation that I'm using on the cooler in the description as well if you guys want to use it. The cable extensions are custom black and gold cable mod cable extensions. We've used these cable extensions quite a bit with this black and gold theme, but I think it's time to order some new ones so we can have some more variety. We've had the same cables for about a year now, and it's just time to change it up a bit. I haven't really got my hands on many custom cables lately, so let's do that. I promise. I'll make a promise to you. Let's do it. And if there's any other parts that I miss, I'll put them in the PC part picker list down below in the description. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the 5000T RGB from Corsair. To be honest, there isn't much to talk about considering this is based on the same chassis as the 5000D or 5000D Airflow. So building in it is basically the same as that. There are a few quality of life improvements, like the top radiator mounting is a bit nicer, it's a little bit higher. Other than that, it's much the same. It does come with an included RGB controller that you can use for controlling the top, bottom, and the fan lights in Corsair iCue, which is quite nice, and it actually detects as the 5000T in iCue, not as just the controller itself. So that is a nice little addition because it feels like you're customizing the case rather than just the lighting, if that makes sense. Cable management in the 5000T is the same as the 5000D. It's relatively good. With these cable extensions, it adds quite a bit of cable clutter. So like the 5000D and 5000D Airflow, it's basically the same. It doesn't have the same rear panels to hide all the cables, but you don't need it because it's got a solid panel. And that's kind of like a remark that I made with the 5000D as well, is that it doesn't really need it. So if you want to see our 5000D review and what I said about that case, I'll put a link down below in the description so you can basically see everything about this case because it's the same other than the RGB strips, right? It's not very exciting to talk about. However, I will say that the 5000T is a far better looking case, but it is very, very big. I feel like if I had a 5000D for a side-by-side comparison, I actually gave our 5000Ds away. I'll put a link in the description so you can watch the video where I did that. But yeah, I feel like it is physically a bigger case. Saying all of that, you are paying that Corsair tax for the LL fans and the controller and the additional lighting. Because ladies and gents, if you're interested in the Corsair 5000T RGB, you're looking at spending an eye-watering, you ready for this, Claire?
I'm ready.
You ready? $399 US or 499 Australian dollars at the time of filming.
Ooh.
Wow, that is so expensive. I don't think it's worth it at all. And I know why you're paying this money. Like I said, it's quite literally, LL fans in Australia are like I'm gonna say like 170 bucks for a 3-pack, plus you're getting that Commander controller as well, which is like another 100 or something dollars as well. Yeah, it is very, very expensive for what you're getting, but it does look very cool. But let me know what you think about the Corsair 5000T down below in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I know you guys love small form factor stuff. I had to build with this. I just had to know. I've got a white one that I'm gonna do a custom loop in, I think. That'll look really, really cool. But this is just so expensive. I can't believe it. Like, to be honest, before I'd filmed the video, I didn't even look at the pricing. And when I was like doing all the thermal testing, when I was sitting there, I was like, oh, let's check out the pricing. And geez, it's expensive, but it is pretty cool looking. It's classic Corsair though. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, you know what to do. Hit the like button. Make sure you get subscribed to see more build videos from us here at Gear Seekers. And if you like the music, you can click that join button down below. Also check out my new music production PC build. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. Once again, thank you so very, 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 very much for watching. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You peek, we seek. Wow, that price though. That's bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. Thanks for watching.